You see this tree? If somebody drives to a certain hill where that star is, nobody else can hear you. Even if you run, you're not going to get anywhere. And they would take me there, and they would do whatever they wanted to do to me. They would leave me there. So it would take me hours to get from the top of the hill back down to where I can call somebody to come get me or to take me back to my car and these type of things. So many times I was sleeping with different men, and the condom broke. You understand what I'm saying? I use condoms, but condoms are not 100% that you will not catch something. They do break, and they're not, like I said, 100% to where you will not catch a disease or that you will not get pregnant. So many times I was sleeping with men who I knew might have had something, but I had an addiction. A lot of people think that it was addiction to sex. I was not addicted to sex. I was addicted to the lifestyle and the money that the sex brought. I lived at a 15, 16, 17 years old, I made more money than most people make in a year on a job. So that's what I was addicted to. I had my own house at 16 years old. I had 2 cars. I've driven every type of car except for a Bentley. I done traveled all over the world, and I'd have been with celebrities and rappers and football players, and this is the lifestyle that I was accustomed to. And that's what I didn't want to give up. And so I was willing to take the abuse and play Russian roulette with my life, even though I knew that every time I woke up in the morning that this might be my last night, that somebody might be able to kill me tonight. But the addiction was so strong that I was willing to bear that to keep the lifestyle up that I was living. At 18 years old, wait a minute, before I get there, people ask me, how was I mentally, emotionally? I was very suicidal. I tried to take my life numerous times because I knew that I was addicted to it, and I knew that the only way for me to stop at that time was if I died. That was my mindset. I said, I can't stop on my own. The only way for me to get out the game is if I die. So I tried to take pills, and I tried to slip my wrists. I even tried to hang myself on numerous times because I knew that I wasn't made for this. But like I said, when you're addicted to something, that's what has a hold on you. Now being 18 years old, still stripping, still dancing, still prostituting, I always tell people birds of a feather flock together. So all my friends were either stripper, prostitutes, or porn stars. I was around them. We all hung out together. We all got money together. We all partied together. So this was the company that I kept. At 18 years old, even though I hung out with the porn stars, I never wanted to do porn. I always said that, okay, yeah, I'm prostituting and yeah, I'm stripping, but the pornography industry, once you do one movie, it's out for the rest of your life, and it goes all over the world. And I said, I ain't ready for that. But I'm dancing at this club. Now, mind you, I was involved in gangs as well, and as short as I am, I'm only 4'11" without these shoes, but as short as I am, I loved to fight. I would shoot you, stab you, do something to you, because it was like a little short person's complex, you know, because when you're short, people try to pick on you. So I would always fight and always carry guns and knives to protect myself. And at this club that I was working at, me and another girl got into an altercation, and I pulled a gun out on her, and I was about to shoot her, and the manager walked in and he fired me. So now I'm in a situation, I'm like, okay, well, now I'm not dancing out the club anymore. That's gonna slow down my money, so I need to think of something fast because of the lifestyle that I kept up. It required money in order for me to continue to live like that. So now I'm fired from this club. I need to think of something really quick. And me and another porn star, a very, very, very well-known porn star, were talking one day, and she just suggested that I started doing porn. And she told me that the pornography industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and all the money that you can make, and I will make more money than I ever thought of, and all this type of stuff. And yeah, the movies are going to be out there, but everybody's not going to see it. Yeah, right. Everybody sees it, you know. So she explained this to me, and I still wasn't feeling it. But then the reality of me not having any money started to kick in, and I said, I need to do something fast. And then she suggested that I ride to the valley where the pornography is shot at, and she suggested that I ride down there with her, just to ride with her and see. So when I got there, On set, there were people making a porn scene. I was standing here, and the set was where those chairs were, and I was peeking around the corner trying to be nosy, and I saw the cameraman and the lights and, you know, the directors and the PAs and the assistants and all that, and I seen, they were shooting an orgy scene, so it was at least 10 people there, and I saw them having sex in front of my face on camera, and I said, ooh, I don't know if I can do that. But then when it was over, I peeked and I saw the director write the check out to the young lady. And I looked and I said, that's how much money you got for just doing that? And right then and there, that's what caught my attention. Even though I didn't want to do pornography, even though I knew that I didn't want to do it, but that addiction for the money and the lifestyle started to kick in. And I said, well, if that's all I got to do to get this, then I guess I'll do it. An agent was there, and I started to talk to her, and she explained to me certain things and how it works and how you have to get tested every 28 days and she told me all the good stuff, let's say that. And so I went and got tested. The following day, the results came back negative. And 2-3 days later, I was on set to film my first porn movie. And I remember sitting there, and they had a makeup chair, and they had somebody to do your hair and your makeup, and they had somebody to rub you down with lotion if you was ashy, and they had somebody to cater to you if you was hungry. They treated you as if you were a celebrity. And so the male talent, which is the male porn star, came on set, and we started to talk, and I guess he tried to loosen me up and make me more comfortable, and we started to do the scene. Now, mind you, I had been a stripper and I had been a prostitute for years, but I had never encountered something like this. Men in porn have to be at least 9.5 inches to do a porn scene. This man was 12 inches. So, yeah. So, anybody who's ever seen porn or know what it's like, you know it's not at a slow love-making pace. It's at a very rough, fast, aggressive pace. So imagine a man who is that large pounding you for, the scene lasted for about 45 minutes, for pounding you over and over for 45 minutes straight. You can imagine how I felt. Even though I had prostituted before, most of those men were small. So I didn't have to deal with they weren't that large, so it was easy for me to do that. But now I'm dealing with a man who is 12 inches and who is basically just shoving himself inside of me. And I remember when it was over, I just wanted it to be over, and we kept stopping and going because I just couldn't take it anymore. And we stopped and we went, and we stopped and we went, and we stopped and we went until it was finally over. And I remember being so sore that I could barely walk to get in the car. And then I went home and I sat in the tub for hours hoping that would soothe my pain, and it didn't. And I knew that I had another scene to do the following day. I had that choice to say, you know what, this is not for me. But then that addiction kicked back in and said, you know what, this is the money that's supporting you right now. This is what's taking care of you right now. And just get it over with. So I took more drugs. I said, well, if I take more drugs, then it'll numb me to where I wouldn't feel it. But they were so big, I still felt it even being high. The drugs that I consumed so many drugs that I began to have seizures because I pumped myself with so much poison to try to get through the life that I was living. I could never prostitute myself in a sober state. I could never dance in front of men